Okay, here we go. Once again. I want to show a couple of things though. First is creating the game itself. You can name your world, and in these you have the different difficulties, and they're preset. So inside of those, you'll find that they are set up like so. Enemy damage is only 50% for the relaxed, 100% for the default. Of course, it starts getting harder as it goes along. There are some other factors, like for the player, you don't have as much health in the harder version, whereas you got twice as much in others. Plus you can modify how much experience you get, as you can see, all the way up to 200. Depending on which type of experience you want to work with. Your mining, you're going to be doing a lot of mining. Quest and exploration, you're going to find a lot of different places. They're going to give you some achievements in the game. Combat, there's going to be a ton of it. A lot of it's going to end up being inside of the fog. You can set it up to where there's starvation, meaning that you got to maintain your food, and there's different types of food, and I'll show you some of those here in a bit. Change the length of what the day is, up to 1 hour, all the way down to what it says is 2 minutes. So you can make it go quick, or you can make it so that you're virtually at night all the time. Why, I don't know, but some people might like that. And it does get very dark. Running around in the caves can be difficult at times. That's why you keep a torch with you at all times, or some sort of spell. If I remember right, there might be one or two that gives you a light around you. Duration of the food, durability. Of course, durability means that if it gets down to nothing, then you have to go and repair it. But there are more repair stations within the game than just at your base. I'll show you one of those when we get to securing the blacksmith. One of the fun things is the glider, and then there's also the hook. So you can do some base jumping, throw on the glider, and cross a good distance. And of course the glider requires stamina, so you do have to watch that. And I'll show you some do's and don'ts with the glider. The workshop. When you get into doing some of the workshop stuff, you set up, say, making some charcoal. How quickly it produces the charcoal or plant growth when you sow some seeds, so on, then you can reduce that or speed it up. But I'm not going to do this because I've already got my world set up, and I'm going to delete that. So I just named it Embervale. It's going to take a minute to load all the stuff. There's a lot of things to load. Okay, here we go. Once again. I want to show a couple of things though. First is creating the game itself. You can name your world, and in these you have the different difficulties, and they're preset. So inside of those you'll find that they are set up like so. Enemy damage is only 50% for the relaxed, 100% for the default. Of course, it starts getting harder as it goes along. There are some other factors, like for the player, you don't have as much health in the harder version, whereas you got twice as much in others. Plus you can modify how much experience you get, as you can see, all the way up to 200. Depending on which type of experience you want to work with. Your mining, waiting for the graphics, going to be doing a lot of mining. Okay, here we go. Exploration. You're going to find a lot of different places. I ended up getting a base set up here. Give you some. What you do is you set achievements in the game. Your combat. There's going to be a crafting, and the flame altar is going to end up being inside. That sets up your initial base. The fog and everything else was built around. You can set it up to where there's starvation. I did some mining, so I got a whole bunch of stone, and what you see here is what I created. Now when it starts out, you just have a plot of land that looks about like this right here. You might have some trees on it, and this particular one I built all the way to the very edge, so each of the corners is a 40 by 40. And I did a simple design, big box. But it will be expanded. Let me show you something real quick here. Inside of the shrine, you can upgrade the altar. And you notice here that when you level it up from 1 to 2, it's going to double its size. It'll continue doing that up to 6th level, I think. It's been a while. I don't know if they have upgraded it yet or not. I'm coming back from a year away from it. Soul cores are taken from some of the bosses. The one that I'm going to be getting here after a while as part of the quest series is a guard for one of the shroud emitters, or whatever you want to call it. So let me back out of here, show you some more stuff. Global benefits. So flame level, you can alter that by getting these resources here. The hardest one is a spark, and you have to travel the world, find the flame shrines and sanctums, and get that out of there. Resin, chop down trees. Penny bun, go around, pick them up off the ground. Bones from the wolves. Shroud liquid, you'll find pretty easily. They're just like little bulbs in the shroud. You just go in and harvest them all day long. Animal fur, of course, they got goats, they got wolves, so on and so forth. Reskill, you can go in and reset your skills, and it'll tell you how much it's going to cost you to do so, because right now, as you can see, I've got one available and I've already spent one. And then one of the things that I do is I typically run around with 2 flame altars, and I'll leapfrog from one to the next. So I'll set one down, travel, find a good spot for that one, drop it, teleport back to the previous one, pull that up, teleport back to the one that I had just come from, and then go with further exploring. And that's where the deactivate the altar comes in. And there is a limit on how many you can have. If I remember right, it should be up to 6. Let me show you the map real quick. You can see that everything is fogged out, and it is massive. I've only explored this small region. Part of it I went across I didn't go across the bridge, but I went down below through the spore and then up, and I did some harvesting. I ended up finding a small flint mine where you can mine some flint, but also when I was running around here over in this area along the edge, there is some flint. As you can see here, long keep, I'll show you that. Let me pop up to the cinder vault. So you just click on the icon, and if you're playing with others, you can send a ping saying, hey, this is where I'm going, or where we're going to go. And you can set that as a waypoint so that you can see how far away it is and where to go for yourself. But let's fast travel over there real quick. So I want to show you a little something that I was enjoying finding out. One of the hardest things initially is getting metal scraps. Once you get yourself established, you can come back here and you'll pop in right next to the flame here. As I showed you when I first started playing last episode, you come out of one of these little contraptions. You see these all over the place, and you're going to find more of them, except that, like the one at the blacksmith, it's going to be in ruins. So there's going to be some with them half buried in rubble. But what I do is watch this. Don't tell me this one's not going to work. Here we go. So I'm using my pickaxe to harvest this. It's going to take a while for it. I'm going to use up all my stamina, have to let it recharge, and then smack it some more. But eventually I'll get about 3 metal scraps. As you can see, there are several in here. That'll let you make some of the materials, such as your iron pickaxe, your iron axe, some armor, so on and so forth, once you get the blacksmith. There are some other items that you're able to make beforehand. I just want to show you that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if 9, 10, 11, 12 of those things. So that's 36 that you can harvest just right there. That was the one that I came out of. I was just checking to see if you can destroy that. Also note, when you come back to the game, if you've logged off, most, if not all of the stuff, I believe, will be back here. So if you go and destroy parts of a building or dig in the ground, that may be back for you to harvest again. So like that flint mine, that might be back if you go mine it, log out, come back in, and then do some more stuff. Like you'll see here, last time I came here, and lo and behold, there were some items for me to collect. And again, they're here. So I just netted some more materials, so I have more bandages to heal myself. And of course, mobs will come back. Do note that you do take fall damage, and it can be quite significant sometimes. And when you're on the glider, running into a mountain and then falling, it can be pretty pricey. Oh, let me do this. Through that. And just about everything, like I mentioned once before, is durable. Sometimes it behooves you to do so. You'll find scraps or torn cloth. Some nice stuff. Torn cloth is probably one of the harder things to find initially as well. But, let's see. I'll show you a place where you can get some, so that you can recognize when it's time to do so. Watch out for these guys. They explode, and they do have a range. So watch this. See that range right there? You go inside, you can start taking damage. Pay attention to some of these little things that pop up. Give you some hints. That's kind of ridiculous of me. Oh, as I mentioned with food, let me do this real quick. Bag. You can see that this meat gives you +2 constitution. And notice that this is meat. See the icon? So you got different things, like the mushroom, +2 intelligence. This is a fruit. There are other items that will give you bonuses, but note up there on the upper left, you see that meat icon, and here in just a sec, the mushroom. That means that you've eaten 2 items out of the 3, and that's your max. You cannot eat 2 items of the same type. It's a nice little torn cloth. And remember, those runes are useful for some things. I'll get into that a little bit later. Oh, this guy, he always drops that sword for you. So if you're running around, you get somebody coming in to go through the tutorial, they need a sword, there's one for you. And the sword is upgradable. Just like I said, check out the hints. You're going to find these around, and in the shroud, where the shroom cloud is, basically, these will increase the amount of time, or basically get you back up to maximum with your shroud time. So you see up there that timer. Once that goes down, start taking damage, or in some instances, which I'll show you where it happens, instant death. Not so fun. I had to do several corpse runs just because of that, because I was running around in the shroud, got lost, misdirection, and ran across the place that I wasn't supposed to. I've got, let me see here. This is Long Keep. Got a little camp here, and you'll find some cool, nifty little things to break. Huh? Do to myself some string. Inside of the tent, you're going to see things like this. Add some flavor, gives you a little bit of history of why this place is here, what happened, why there are so many bodies, like these guys, just sitting around the campfire. Tar is another resource. Let's see. There's more. Oh, you can see sometimes there's little stacks of wood. Go ahead and pick that up. Chopping trees or mining, just get in the right position. Hold the, as I said, right position. Hold the mouse button down, use the right tool, and you start whacking away at it. The trees drop wood, twigs. Oh, here we go, perfect. You see the tree here with the red leaves, those are prime for getting resin, which can be difficult at times. So let's chop this down real quick. Ah, there it is. You see that little piece of wood with the red on it? That's resin. That's necessary for crafting. I got myself a little backpack, so let me show you on my character. That's the initial one that you can make. It only provides 8 slots. As you get more of your companions, you can upgrade that and of course have more. Here's the grappling hook. That required some metal shards. The glider. Right now I've only made, or actually these, you start with the threadbare pants, but you can make the rest of your clothes as well. And it's all threadbare to start with, but you're going to need torn cloth. Oh, there's going to be a couple of rats over here, I think. There we go. These guys, oops. As you can see, they drop a couple of things. So you can see the difference in what we've got here. You've got the raw lean meat, which you have to cook. As you can see, that had negative stats on it. Minus 75 stamina, minus 4 stamina regen, and it looks like you vomit. Here we go. This is one of the pieces that you're going to want to keep an eye out for. These bales, just bop them. You can see you can get some nice loot. Explore, explore, explore. They got some nice things here for you to check out. Now this metal bed, I was pounded on it before, but I couldn't break it, even though it was showing damage. So I don't know how much damage it takes before it'll actually break, if at all. So sometimes, you'll find, there we go. Here's some hides. Pay attention to the wall sometimes too. You'll notice that right here, we got a little secret chamber. Lo and behold, a chest. Of course, it's just some wooden arrows, but something better than nothing, I guess. Of course, as you go along, the things that you find, it'd be pretty nice. course, this being the starter area, they're going to have just a few things for you. Nothing too dangerous. There's a rabbit, or rabbits, which later on, once you get the hunter, you'll be able to tame. I believe it's the hunter. Either the hunter or the farmer, one of the two. Water is also one of the items you can get and utilize. Notice endurance and stamina recharge. And you only got 2 hot bars. The alt will let you flip through them, if you haven't noticed. So since I picked up a little bit of water, notice my maximum stamina went up, so I can run around just a little bit longer. Hooray. Just hitting the E once on there, and I scooped up some water 5 times. And now it's empty. But later on, it will be refilled. There's a little camp over here. You'll see that there's a little campfire for you to cook your meat. And they provided some initially, which is mighty fine. More lore. Telling you should find a fire, a little bit of shelter, and of course, sleep. You don't need to use wood to fire this. But let me show you. Oops. Show you how to cook. So you can see that you have this hot bar. You get your raw meat. Make sure you're actually sitting here to cook. I've made the mistake once or twice of thinking that I had sat down and ended up eating my raw meat. There's one. And there's 2. Now there are other things, like you can cook the mushroom here, which this one, by the way, is already cooked. But you just find them at random around in the forest. This is some ribs from a wolf. Cook that, you're good. Now notice there up on the upper left, because I'm sitting and I've got warmth, my rested is up there. Pretty good. So when I leave here, that increases my stamina, and I forget if it does health. Let's see. My health is at 210. Stamina 179. So I'll keep an eye on that later. Let me show you. No. Status. No. Sorry. Skills. There is an enormous skill tree. And you can see kind of a theme as to what they go to. So you got your outdoorsman right here, your spellcaster right here, that includes healing, and then you've got your warrior type right in this area. You follow those along, you'll see different requirements until you get all the way to the end. So I spent so far well rested. That extends my rested buff by 5 more minutes. That only costs 1, I believe. Yeah, because that's all I've got is 1 and 1. Notice here, Giant Slayer hook, it requires 5 to activate. So I can't unlock that yet. Savior requires 2. I think what I'll do next is when I get more levels, I'll do Lumberjack, Mason, and then Quality Gear. so that my tools don't run out as quickly. Though of course, as we go along, our tools' durability does increase, but it can be a little irritating when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have an anvil to repair stuff. Now, you'll see here you got the different stats, and those can be increased via some of these skill points, though I'm not going to do that just yet. And you do have a finite number of levels, meaning you do have a finite number of points to spend, so be cognizant of what type of build you want to create. You can look at the end and start working your way back. That's my suggestion. Or maybe somebody has some builds online for you to pick out and play around with. Me, I like to throw a little bit in with the healer. I play more of a druid types, so I'll do a little bit of the wizard, a little bit of the healer, and then maybe throw some into the ranger. So I like spells, bows, and healing. That's generally what I go for. So I'll probably look online later for a good build, see what I can get. And of course, you have runes, so you can go back and reset this back to nothing, and you get all those skill points back. So if you mess up, just have enough runes and you can set yourself back to 0. There was a little something here in the shroud somewhere. Ah, here we go. Notice there's a dude back there and one of those pods. Me, I tend to just bash until they're dead. Bash and run. So just walking near it can get you in the deadly shroud, so it kind of damages you. But behind that, some more arrows. Lo and behold, a potion. Oh, and I think you can destroy this. Let's try that. As you're holding the mouse down, you can start looking around, and like when you're at the flint mine, you just start looking around and it'll follow where you're looking at. I think this will just, yeah, it's wood, so of course use the right tool for the job. You can do some crafting on the fly, so that's the V button, and you, as I showed you before, you get the flame altar. The workbench is essential for doing a lot of things. That, when you go up to it, will repair your item, your tools automatically. I don't think your equipment, well, your shield does, but I don't think, yeah, these don't have any durability, so you don't have to worry about your armor decreasing. Oh, do note that it looks like, no, these are not upgradable, but there's probably some others that are. Let's see here. There is somewhere here nearby in the shroud a little pit near where somebody was guarding. Ah, here we go. There's the guard. He's just wandering around. It's kind of like a zombie. But keep your eyes peeled, especially in the shroud. Sometimes you'll find things like this little stairwell that goes down. There's not much down here. Just some loot. As you can see, you get an old book that's used as a crafting material. Shroud spores. You get those from killing those guys, but there is another item or two in the world that you can collect them from. Some more lore. Now, don't jump that. Something here. Yep. As I said, keep your eyes peeled for things. Some things are searchable. Just like a chest. And this requires a lockpick. Now remember I said that you need to have some metal scraps, and these make lockpicks. Now once you get the blacksmith, you can go to the blacksmith and make it for just one metal scrap. I'm not going to do it this time because I know that this particular one only has wooden arrows. Let me show you something cool. You see this rubble here? That's actually what it is. This rubble, and that is a material that you can utilize in building your place. And I'll show you some cool stuff that goes along with that. I spent hours building that. This is the flint. You'll find veins of other materials similar in the way they're scattered about here. Let me show you. You can get quite a bit out of this. And just like a worm going through the hills, you can make your way up. I mentioned this in the last episode that I have at times gotten stuck down in the shroud or somewhere where it was a little difficult to get out of, and then just doing this and working my way up. Now you just have to get the right angle, that way you don't just slide down. Because gravity will take you down and make it difficult for you. Pretty nice little graphics here with looks like little pieces of flint all stuck together. Let me show you something here. Of course they have ladders. Oh, and the wolves, they like to kill the rabbits and the goats around here. You see, there's no ladder here. Oh, there it is. You can climb up, or notice right up there, that E, that's your grappling hook. I mentioned it before. You got another one over here. So you just grapple on it, you swing like Tarzan, and then you hit the space bar to get off. And of course these, you're going to find these all around whenever you need to climb something. It's either a ladder or that. There's a bit of a ruins over here, and of course there's going to be some baddies. I don't think these are shroud guys, but more of a bandit. Yeah, see? And I made my butt. Oh, oh. All right. That works. Remember to use the right tool for the job. Bone for the wolf. And this guy gave me some scrap barrels. Cool. And some metal shards. Notice these barrels. You don't want to be near them when they go boom. They may actually make craters. It's pretty funny. I use them when I have a bow or a spell to take out some mobs. I don't think you can pick them up. Nope. But they are placed in strategic places sometimes. Ah, here we go. This is something I wanted to show you. This big ginormous anvil, which is truly unfathomably large. All you do is just use it. It'll repair all of your equipment for you. Bam. You can go on your merry way. Of course, that had the hook. So you can go up the stairs, use the hook, any which way you want to do it. Can't get through the door? Let's just break it down. Some more lore. Ah, explosives. Nice. And here we have some explosives. Another chest. Our old buddy is dead over there on the side. Oh, you can snuggle with him. Let's do some changes here. I want to put this stuff over here. Really don't need this. Salvage netted me 18 runes. So when it comes time to do something, you can keep farming that guy if necessary whenever you have the gumption to, and get some runes. Some things do cost a little bit. Now, let's see if I can do this right. Hopefully I don't blow myself up. There we go. Ha ha ha. Remember those two that were sitting over here? It dug a hole for me. And it had a ring. Speaking of which, when you go in here, you can right click and equip it to either 1 or 2. But if you go to your character, you'll see 1 or 2. What I just picked up was the hunters, which I had gotten from somewhere else. They have decent stats. This one is stamina regen. the other one gave me 8 stamina and 10 health. Yeah. There will be more to find. Notice that even though I'm looking up here, I'm still whooping up on that chest until I run out of stamina. So when you're somewhere and you're trying to do something, like right here, if you're continuing to look at it like so, you will dig a hole underneath it. And when it drops its item, you're probably going to have to get down in that hole if you really, really want it. So, see that? I didn't dig too far, thankfully. That's what you're looking at avoiding, is digging a hole and getting stuck in there. And some of these mobs will fight against each other, depending on which ones they are. One of the ways I like to avoid some of these guys is I'll do a few swings on these guys over here, flip around, and then I'll zoom over to the next one. And that's without even talking too much. And that's without even targeting them specifically. So you show up, like here, and you're stuck there for just a minute or two. Until it releases you. Or, I like to do this sometimes. Just teleport. And of course it has to reload. That can be a pain sometimes. Do note, however, too, that if you're digging and somehow or another you get stuck where you're just floating, which happened to me while I was working on this place, you're not able to perform a teleport if you're floating. So if you get stuck, you might want to try digging yourself out. If that doesn't work, you might have to log out and come back in. Wrong thing to do. So, like I said, remember you can craft and repair. Everything got repaired. Going back to materials, stone makes this, which is what I used for building this place. And I'll show you some of that stuff here in just a bit. Let me go get my corpse, and then we'll come back here and I'll give you a grand tour. Oh, don't forget to pick up fireflies. They're handy. I like making the little bottles. You'll see when I get down beneath the rooms that I made, because I couldn't make all the torches that I needed. I used some of the little bottles that I made from these fireflies, which you can find at night. So easy. Yes, it is like squirrel with me sometimes. That's just how I play. I play by myself most of the time anymore. I used to play a lot of MMOs. Played a lot by myself as druid or ranger, going out doing my hunting. Where was that place? But then sometimes I'll get into a guild and do some guild raids. But I'm kind of over that now. Oh, if you didn't notice, that took stamina to be on here, or to crawl around on it. So you can stop and your stamina won't go down, but if you move, it will. And if you run out of stamina, well, you're just going to have to fall. Hope it's not too far. There are some places in some of these dungeons that if you haven't updated your or upgraded your stamina, it might be a little difficult for you. Oh, let me show you something real quick. Notice that a lot of the materials that I got here are gone. These are just some of the things that I'd picked up here just a moment ago when I was running around. So everything that you drop is in here. And you can see all the items that you had before. And of course, me, take all. And you'll probably hear me spamming my keyboard quite a bit, especially when I decide to go and do some harvesting, especially for some bushes, so I can get some plant fiber, some of this stuff, because that's what makes the threads. Use the thread with the torn cloth to make yourself some bandages. Well, since I'm on this page, you got your different types of weapons. You got your blunt club. This one's pretty fun to play with. I like the daggers. The wand, we make that, and the staff. I like to play around with the bows too, but that requires ammo. Let me, did I put a one in here? Oh, I didn't even need to make one. But you see, with the wand I made, this one is pretty simple. Only 7 damage compared to this one, which does 7 damage, but I upgraded, or it was already upgraded for me to level, to these. Oh, no, this hasn't been upgraded yet. But because you can see that it's blue, its rank is a little bit higher than this one, which is only 1 little diamond. Notice the durability, 190, 200, might have a little bit more. Let's see if we have some more guys to play around with. Looks like they left me. So lonely. Huh. Little spot for flint. Of course, this will go down a little ways. You can mine all of that out. Let me go get that stuff. Okay. Back home. I think that's what I named it. Either I named it or that was the default. Let me double check. Oh, yeah, you can rename. Rename. Oh. I like that. If anybody gets the reference, great for you. It's one of my favorite series. Let's see. Really don't need this. Okay. I built this up with the 40 by 40 in mind because I know this is going to be expanded. There's going to be quite a few items that you have to go and collect, like an anvil, a vat, or some other things for each of the other characters that you have to go and find. They, in turn, with the latest update since the last one, actually require a bed now. So they will come in and sleep at night. So I set this little chamber up for the first guy. And I'm debating whether I'm going to trap him inside or not, because unlike before, they wander around now. Let's see, do I have... So you can see how dark it is. Let's take that out. It get dark. Scary. So scary. Torches light it up pretty nice. But there's about 9 folks, I believe now, that you can go and find and bring back here. They'll give you quests to go find some items for you. They will tell you where some mobs are that is part of the lore and history that you need to go and defeat. Other fun things. So you bring them here, you set them down, and when you go to the work table, there will be some extra items that you can make, but you can also go up to that individual, talk to them, and craft. As long as you have the items. Now these are the little bottles that I was talking about. They give a little bit of light off. I only put them here because torches are expensive to make. I will get to it eventually. I did this, the main floor, for a lot of the items that we're going to have to use. I have this as decorative. I'm going to put a roof up here. As you can see, I put some pylons up, and it's not done yet because I got to get a whole bunch of flint to make the roofing material, which will be done offline. I'll do all the BS house stuff offline. But let me go back to here. So you got blocks of stone. You get mycelium that you can mine inside of the shroud. Mix that with the stone. That's a building material. Flint stone is mostly just textures. The same with the wood blocks. You've got regular, just rough wood. Tarred wood. Remember that tar that I picked up earlier? Get 5 of those and you can make a block of that. Shroud wood. Shroud wood is picked up from chopping down trees or harvesting from the brush down below in the shroud. Roof blocks. Now, I don't know yet if the others require an actual roof above, or if the floor that's above them will serve as a roof. We'll find that out after I get the blacksmith over here. Like I mentioned before, stone and flint stone will get you this nice little texture. Plant fiber, and I don't usually go with the plant fiber because I've got many other uses for it. Roadblocks. That helps with running around. Ooh, let me show you that. While I'm thinking about it. Let's see, where is the exit? This way. when you're running around, you will find paths. So notice up there, remember where the food, the rested and all that is? You see there on the road. That increases your run speed. Whereas off the road, you're a little hindered. So if you're being chased by some mobs, you just sprint a little bit faster. And you got different textures, like this one right here. This is just a dirt path. I think this is supposed to be a stone path. You see that transition there? It had double. So I don't know if it's going to have a slight difference in speed based off of the material. I never clocked myself. That's another material that you'll pick up, active mycelium. As you can see, I'm not able to take down this wall, but I am able to dig through it. To get underneath. Just FYI. So, back to the house. Because this is covered, you'll see that I've got myself selected as sheltered, warmth, and comfort level 12. That's based off of the fire level that I'm at. It just changed on me. I went from 1 to 12. There we go. See, comfort level 1, I'm not sheltered because that's open. But if I back up just a little bit, I am sheltered. These are the first chests that you're going to be able to make. They're made out of twigs. They only have 16 spots. And a simple Shift R will populate it, or a Shift F will take refill your items if you have them in your inventory. Now, later on, because of the shroud stuff, you'll have more storage options. They'll have one where it's got a blue glow to it, and when it's within a specific range of what you're crafting with, you'll be able to pull from it automatically. But right now, since it's just a mundane chest, you can't do that. You have to have the items in your actual inventory. Get rid of some of this crap. Okay. Let me show you a thing or two about building. Probably should grab some building material. So remember, I did the rough stone block for all of my building materials. And one of the cool things that I got from what I'm about to show you is a lot of stone that I utilized for making the place. Digging all of this out took hours, but it's pretty nice. I got the stone from doing some of this stuff. So you got your materials. What I did was I selected this, and of course, here, I'll show you. So think of me digging, utilizing this, and I went square by square to dig all of this out. A little bit cumbersome, but I got my materials. I created my other materials for the stone. I made it look nice and pretty. I might make this look like what I did with this other one over here. So all this is just some more stairs, and then I utilized some of the side stuff like these. As you can see, the blue glow, that's what's actually there. And when you're building, do note that if you overlap some items, here, let's do, there we go. So if you overlap, like, well, let's just say like so. When you mouse over right here, you're gonna have to choose which one. So sometimes it behooves you to use the snapping to get everything lined up. That way there's no overlap and you get something like this. Because sometimes when you think you've messed up or you want to rework something, you have to go back and do all of this, and you could have weird holes in your floor, ceiling, wherever. But making this is only 90 degrees, so it's just a slight boxy look to it. Now I could do hallways and other things, but I like open space. I'm a bit of a minimalist when I'm building a place. Eventually I'll have larger chests that I'll replace these with. It goes from small to medium to large, and of course each one will have its regular type and then its upgraded type to where it can be utilized when it's within a range. You can see the golden glow on that. That's the actual edge, and it normally show up as a golden line on the ground. But because I have the walls up, it looks like that. Once I upgrade, it won't be a problem, because it'll be out to somewhere like here-ish. So it'll be out 20 meters extra on each side, making it 80 by 80. Oh, here's a mushroom. Remember I said when you log off and come back in, just about everything comes back, even these trees. Well, I think that's enough for the tour. Let's go and get the blacksmith, if my mouse works. get some armor. That might help me stay alive a little bit better. Oh, there it is. Oh, it must be manual crafting. Maybe. Yep, here we go. So, as you can see, not much to it. Only get a shirt and some boots. I already got a nice shield that I picked up from one of the mobs. So now, let's go and equip. Oh, and you see this one right here, that's cosmetic. And you can find your cosmetic right here. Customize your appearance. So if you want to look like a ragamuffin, well, even while you have full plate armor, you can throw all that stuff onto here and go around like this. Alright. And we're off. He spotted me. And gameplay has you going through the shroud. You'll find this little camp over here. You'll find a few things. Like some torn cloth. Or is this? Yeah. Well, I already read this one, but some more lore. That one's telling you about how they were defending the bridge against some other folks. Before I jump through this, let me show you something here. You can use the grappling hook to get across. See there? Whoops. Oh, crap. Numbskull thing to do. Of course, I'm stuck here for a minute. There we go. Alright. If you didn't catch it, there was that E showing you that grappling hook was available right across the way. And I'll kill the wolf just for the meat, if he drops some. Sometimes he doesn't. Ah. Bones and hide. Okay, hopefully I can do this right to get my stuff. Or maybe just fall down there. Oh hey, since I fell down, apparently it dropped all my stuff right here. It'll drop it off at a safe point sometimes, like you just saw. Probably drop down there. Not so fun. That might be where a section is currently blocked off until you do some more questing and destroy some stuff. Like that place I was telling you about where I was running on the path and ended up in a bad spot where it killed me instantly. Notice quest reward gave me 10 experience for reading that. So that goes towards your character. Back in the shroud. Now it says to stay on the path, but sometimes you gotta get off and get some resources. I think it was this guy that I got the shield from, maybe. Nope. I'll show you a little nifty thing here. Sometimes you'll find these. And getting near it will restore the time for you in the shroud. Of course, that one disappears, as opposed to that big ball thing from before, where I ended up reviving it the first time I died. You can see how difficult it is to see when you get in the shroud. Sometimes it's very opaque. Here's one of those lattices to crawl up. Another camp. They put a lot of work into the lore. Pretty decent storyline. So as soon as we come up, we got the camp that was off to our right, then this path that goes off to the left. Let's go ahead and follow that. See little road markers all over the place. And here is the other side of that bridge. You can see a mob just right above my head. So when you go across using the hook, you'll have 2 or 3 guys to contend with. Now there's some more mobs up here that you can avoid by sneaking. See, of course. And it even has a little thing up here. Yeah, here it is. So you can see that you can sneak up on your enemies and surprise them. But I'm going to show you this over here. You've been out and about and looking at my weapon right now. You can see that I've done some damage to it already. Another one of those anvils is right over here. And of course, more lore, more experience. Remember what I said about these capsules? You can beat the heck out of them and get the metal shards. There is somebody. Whoa. He's tough. Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't paying attention. I'll have to come back to my corpse retrieval. If you guys got comments or questions, don't be shy about putting it in the live chat. I look over there every now and again. Try not to get distracted, but yeah. So let's... Oh. The blacksmith will send me over to where you see those pillars inside of the shroud. That's where one of the first bosses you ever meet is at. And it's below ground. And I'll be making a bow for that fight. I like to just get in, run around in circles, and just plink them. It's pretty easy. As long as I don't do something stupid, like not pay attention. And just like with any other game, make sure you got enough stamina for the fights. If not, run away if you can. I did get him down to just a sliver of health. Then I saw another guy right in the middle of all that stuff. So I'll have another one to contend with outside. That's what it looked like. Then of course there's another guy that he's a little bit tougher on the inside before I can get that blacksmith. Try to reserve my healing stuff, my important ones like the bandages and that potion, for boss fights. Everything else, meh. I can run away, heal, come back, and whoop on them. Bosses tend to heal pretty fast though. See, this guy, he uses like a couple of sickles. Damn it. Thought he was dead. And special. Do a little exploring. Find yourself a nice little ladder. Some more door. Remember this name, Balthazar. Remember those bales I was talking about? Just more torn cloth. More explosives. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Let's go in for the main event. Oh, when it gets pouring down rain pretty hard, it will put your torch out. As you can see, my rest is going down, but once I get underneath, it should start going back up. Maybe. You can see my wet's going down. Now my rest is going back up because I got warmth, because I'm holding onto that torch. Nice little good to know thing. Short range. Before I get him, let's do some exploring. Balthazar again. And wouldn't you know it, a chest. Isn't that special? I think I already got one of these. But let's go get him. So I unlocked the recipe for the summoning staff. That's crucial for a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing here. Fast travel. Twigs. I have twigs over here. Gonna do a little bit of maintenance here. Drop all this stuff off so I can clear out some space. Why didn't that drop? Ah, that's why. Apparently it'll fill it up, but it won't take all the other stuff with it. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw that in here. I don't use many potions. I tend to forget about them. Like I said before, ooh, squirrel. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that for now. Okay, so now I've got that summoning staff. Let me toss it in here. And it's ready. Now I could just throw them here, but I'm not going to. Give him a nice little room.
Oi!
And then he's already occupied it. I didn't have to do anything. He took it for himself. Greedy scrub. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to him.
Will fix it.
You can see that we've got roaming range. You can change it to where he doesn't roam around. Nifty. Didn't notice that before. Alright, you got crafting. Like I mentioned before, he can give you some stuff. But let's do what he talks about. That'll give you a quest. Now, on to the crafting. Like I said here about an hour or so ago, he will craft lockpicks for you for only 1 metal scrap, whereas you use 2 metal scraps to make a lockpick. Production places, like I mentioned before, you utilize these for crafting your ingots, your charcoal, your tar. One of the things I want to make next is the scrappy axe and pickaxe. You got more durability and it does just a bit more damage. I think the stone pickaxe or the stone axe does 18 damage, and then this one will do something like 20 damage when you're doing it, based off of whatever my base stats are right now. Then this one was, what was it, 5, and then it bumps up to 8, I think, when I was doing the capsules. So you knock out more for less. I've got that one sword, and I might change it out for this one. You can make your fur equipment, and let me see what the recipe is. Torn cloth, animal fur, and string. I should have enough for a full set. Oh, do note that unless you actually click on them, this little triangle will stay there, and it'll be stuck on these as well. So check this out. Unless that's required. Yeah, you're gonna have to make these to do a few other things. But like these decorative ones, click on that, the little triangle or the diamond goes away. Those are just cosmetic.
Never let the coals die.
So I might actually have him upstairs next to my work table and have it so that they don't roam around. I think the shrine wants me to talk to it. Yep. Yeah, I think I'll upgrade. So, let's go ahead. Oh, what am I missing? Ah, Shroudwood.
You still here?
There we go. Now, I got 58 physical, 58 magical resistance. Nice. I'm gonna go get some shroud wood so I can make my new pickaxe and axe. Scrappy. Sounded like somebody was talking. These guys dropped the shroud liquid, but it's the trees I want. Basically, the shroud is just some sort of fungal infection of the world. Drove the people mad. And if you bother to read the lore, it's actually pretty nice. You get an idea of how it evolved after they ended up accessing the elixir wells, which will be one of the next quests. Ooh, word of note, you cannot teleport while you're in the shroud. So this will be grayed out, or darker gray. Fast travel is not permitted. So let's see if I get enough. 10. Let's just get some more. And this is what I was talking about before too. Some of these little balls you can just pick up and harvest instead of having to chop down like that. Much easier and much faster, especially if you're running from some mobs. Just go ahead and pick some stuff up on the run. And the physics will cause some of this stuff to slide down quite a ways. A lot of the things like those fences you can build as well. You use them to fence in animals that you tame after you get the farmer. or the hunter, one of the two. But I don't even have to go get him. Keep forgetting that. Just toss him right here. There we go. Now I can make my stuff.
Better to be the hammer than the anvil.
Now, because pickaxe. Now, there are some things that are salvageable, but then there's others not so much. And since these don't get destroyed when they break, or you use them up all the way, then you don't have to worry about replacing them. What do I need for this? Nails.
Never force it. Just get a bigger hammer.
There we go. Still only 9. Oh well. Oh, we can go back to these and delete. And I'm not going to use them for cosmetic. No thanks. If I get some nice armor, it looks much better. That's what I'll go with. Put that back in here. What else? I think put this. Let me grab those hides. I try to keep a method to the madness of how I sort my stuff. Sometimes it's futile though. Let's go that route. I do want a bow. Does he do the bow? Nope.
You got a heart of steel, kid.
Okay, so manual crafting. I can get a bow here. Twigs and string. It'll be nice when I can get those pieces or these made up. Charcoal. For charcoal, I need that.
You still
that,
here?
I need stone. Let's grab a couple of these guys. Some of that. Typically what I'll do, I'll make a few of these. That way they can all just work at once. Do I want them here? Why not? Right there. So let's go ahead, read the quick tutorial. Right now that's the only one that it will make, but you will be able to get tar out of this particular one later. I gotta get some Spring Lanes dirt. It's just split stack. I'll just do 2 of these for now. And there it goes. Didn't I get it 250? There we go. So you can see the reason why I do multiples is that as it progresses, it'll do them, it'll deposit them here, but in real time it's going to take an hour and 10 minutes to finish all that. It takes them 5 minutes to do 1 stack of 15. So once it gets that 5 minutes done, it'll toss it in here, start on the next stack, but this is the overall time for the amount of resources that I happen to have in here. Fun, fun. Let's see. I'll put the twigs in there this time. So if I got somebody that wants to come and play, I've already got some items for them to mess around with. Oh, jeez. I need twigs and string. Darn it. I wanted to make that bow. There we go. I have a bow on me, just to make sure. I think I'll move some stuff around. And then, yeah, I'll make my bow. Guess what? Now I can make arrows. Notice you can shift space to craft 10, but this already makes 10. So just a few little swipes and we're good. That is a pretty good lineup of stuff. Let's get rid of the extraneous BS. So remember, as I was exploring, picked up some arrows. So I got my regular wooden arrows. Picked up some scrap arrows. And then flint arrows. Now I can't make these until I finally get the hunter. But I can make just the regular wooden arrows. Blacksmith doesn't help me with that. Yep. Time to go adventuring. Let's go ahead and eat some berries. Some grilled wolf meat. And drink a little bit of water. Of course, we're going to go to the elixir well. As you can see up there on the compass, that's where I'm headed. Remember those pillars that I mentioned earlier? That is where we're headed. And it's pretty dangerous down there. So we're not going to go all the way in, because I'm going to have to kill my way in. That way I don't just up and die. Here we go. Don't want to miss those shroud spores. Got to use those up for some things. Now there are some bugs that spawn in here. They have a nest that they will keep spawning from until you destroy it. Those little guys. They drop critter parts. Here we go. A nice tall landmark to navigate by. Here's the road. There's a big old hill over here that is in the middle of the shroud, and if you climb up all the way, you're out of it. Nice little spot to recover. Okay, so that's where I'm headed. And we're off. I think I destroyed their nest. But there might be another one nearby. Probably is. But I'm not worried about it. I got other worries. Oof. This archer is pretty good. Well, I'll respawn right here because if you didn't notice, I ran right by this. Where's my corpse? Oh, it's way down there. Great. No worries, just a corpse run. Yeah. Or something. I don't want to keep on dying. Max health. Here we go. I'm usually better than this. I usually die this much. Alright. Got a skill up. So I can go in and tune up my character. Yeah, just some minor items. Here we go. Down the hatch. And into the pit. See that red down there? You do not want to walk on it. It'll damage you constantly. I don't think they consider it lava. It's just more of a extreme shroud. Now, what we're going to do here is find the big boy. See him? Start running around this tree then. He does have a pattern to his attacks. I like using the arrow just to keep him off of me. Kick me. Ah, I'm dead. Check that out. This will upgrade the shrine. And I should probably chop this down before. And the shroud in the surrounding area right here just disappears. There are many, many, many of those things. I think that as you destroy them, you might get some more skill points. Yeah. So I gained 1 from killing, or from leveling up, and I might have gotten 5 more. No, 4 more? Yeah. So I only had 1 that I get to level up. That was 2. I might have gotten 4 for doing this. But I'll do some research and find a good build that suits me before I start touching anything. What I'm looking for are chests, other items. You can never have too many items sometimes. Yep. That's my season for some of the crafting that you have to do. It's always good to have a ranged item with you to knock these guys out if you have to pass through an area. So you can hit that, let them do their thing for however long, and they'll be able to pass through. A wand, a bow, either one is, or even a staff, that works too, because there is that. Chest in here somewhere. Ah, here it is. Stamina potion, was it? Shroud Survival adds 2 minutes to your maximum time. Does that last for? 45 minutes. That's a pretty decent amount of time. So you end up getting 7 minutes shroud time as necessary. I think I'm done in here. Oh. I could. Yeah, I think I'll go up and show you guys that really bad spot. Now that I got this done and over with. Forgot about this. Ho ho, some shoes. This is a nice melee weapon, but I don't use two-handed usually. Though I do enjoy some daggers. If I can get my mouse to work right. These are the upgraded runes. So you can actually make these from these guys. And then cool thing about this material, you can make a trophy. Hang it on the wall. Isn't that nifty? Okay. There we go. Let's get our rested up. That'll increase the duration of stamina. Probably be only about 12 minutes because I did put that point into, which one was it? Well rested. 11 minutes. So, off we go. You'll find too that you'll have a little wisp that'll shoot out from around you and light some of these lamps. On the road again. Let me see where I'm walking. That needs to be deeper. Don't want to go that way. Let's go off-roading. Here we go. So I think I want to go this way to show you guys that. Yeah. There is a spot over here that you don't want to go past. At least not yet. There are some mobs that are hiding up here. I remember getting jumped last night. So I had to come back in, or come in here for some resources. Yeah, here we go. Sneaky little buggers. Can't even see with that. There we go, that's way better. so much glare. Oh crap. What the hell happened here? Oh. You know what? I probably got through because I defeated the elixir well. There is a mine down below, if I remember correctly, somewhere like over in here, inside of the shroud. Scavengers. Nice little trough. Ooh. What do we have here? Oh. Is that any good? Set 9. What is this one? Better. What do we have here? Lockpicks. Well, at least they're still together. I don't need to use that, so I think I can do this. Yep. When you don't want to use your lockpick, just bust it open. Maybe. Wow. We're just going to go out the other way. It's not even worth it. Nothing. Oh well, it was worth a try. Yeah, you can't collect these moths. You just get one though. See? I don't know what they're used for yet. But I'm sure there's use for them. Oh, more mushrooms. Well, now that I explored this part, I guess I'll just head back, drop my remember, I told you that that shroud core would be used for this. So now, upgrade. The flame level 2 and 5 shroud cores. So to strengthen the flame, I gotta find sparks. And then collect all this other miscellaneous stuff. Flame shrines and sanctums. But if you were around for when I was showing you how the edges of my place glowed, let me show you this. Where is it? Where is my hammer? Where did I put my hammer? Oh, duh. Right here. So before, my walls glowed a little gold because of this particular line. So now you can see that I'm at 80 by 80 by 80. Now, I don't know if it's 40 up and 40 down, right from the middle there, but I presume so. That's quite a ways. Now these walls here are 8 meters, I believe. No, 4 meters. Well, the reason why I said 8 originally is because these are 4, but all the way up to that second floor, that's 8 meters. So I've got an 8 meter down there, an 8 meter here, and then this one was only 4 meters so far. But I can still dig down much further. So if I wanted to, what I would do is probably start right in around here and dig this way, downwards. Or I could do a kind of a spiral staircase to each their own, right? Let's talk to the old boy over here. Looks like he's got something he wants to say.
Watch out! Sparks flying!
Scaling an ancient spire. It takes 25 of those rooms to make one of these. Pretty expensive. I gotta make this still. I should have some charcoal now. Yep, here we go. Let's take that. What else did he need? Stone, scraps, logs.
Don't waste your breath.
I only have 4 scraps. Looks like I could go do some mining. Stuff. But do I have enough? Which scraps? 10 scraps.
Fight fire with fire.
I was playing another game before and I used the F key quite a bit. That's why I keep on switching out while I'm here for some weird reason. Let's see. I think we're just going to pop up here. And get some metal scraps. And having the forge will open up more blacksmithing options. I don't know if it's just from him or what have you. Of course I didn't repair everything. That only took 19 hits. Not that I was counting it, of course. So how's the voice? I try to put inflection into it. That way it's not monotone. Though my throat is kind of sore after 2.5 hours of talking. It's more talking than I do an entire month. Oops. If I ever feel like it, maybe I'll do some stuff offline, record it as instructions. That way somebody has some shorter form of experiencing all this instead of me just running around at random. It'd be nice if I found a spot behind one of these, find a chest or something. I'm always welcome to constructive criticism, so if you got something to say, go ahead and post it with the video. It's always appreciated. Yep, see? Broke my pickaxe. I need to go repair it. It was wood, stone, metal, and something else. Oh yeah, charcoal. Wood. So I got my wood, my metal, my stone, my charcoal. Here we go. Now this, I think, is just a static item. Maybe we'll put it right next to it. I can't build there. Let's check. Oh, I can. Charcoal and metal scraps will make me metal sheets. Charcoal. Control partial move. We'll do that. And let's just go ahead and throw everything in. So I know where to get more. There we go. In 20 minutes I'll have about 10 metal sheets. That'll open up some more recipes. Oh, new shield. Aha. Block 20 power.
Strike while the iron's hot.
What is my shield? 2-7. Not that I usually use my shield. Let's see here. Do I? Oh, more recipes. So now that I got the charcoal. Yay. There's tar, which comes from logs and springless dirt. Wood acid, medicine and alchemy, which will come later. That'll come with Balthazar. I think he's the alchemist. Have any more Springlands dirt to play around with, really. I'll pretty much use this as a de facto storage until I need them. That way I'm not fighting with anything as far as storage. Ah, here we go. Shroud spores, active mycelium, and a small chest will give you a small magic chest, which the items stored here can be used for crafting purposes from anywhere in the base. Is that so? I thought it was within a range. But then again, it was about a year or so ago since I last played this. Now, the next step up from that is, of course, it goes tiny, small, small magic. So I'll have to make some of these to make some of these. Nails and wood logs, of course. Decisions. Where do I want to put stuff? Go ahead and put this over here. Space. Yes, I do. Some salt. Oops. Don't want this. But I do want to do this. Back to doing some bashing. Only 2 hits and it was done. Great. I think I got 2 more over here. Home sweet home. improved armor. Looky here. Metal sheets. Ugh. Two banshee gels. I don't remember what banshees are. That's some nice armor. Let's go ahead and repair. Let's see here. I wanted. What the hell did I go and get this stuff for? Trying to blank on why I went and got metal scraps. Well, enhancing the equipment, as you can see, requires the runes. You can do it only so many times based off of the item itself. This one has one, whereas the Shiv has 2 slots. So 65 and another 65. And of course you can see Brutal increases critical hit damage. What is this one? Oh, +1 fire magic damage. Yay. Holy crap, I don't remember why I went up there to grab. Oh. Let's check this. No. If I need to, I would need nails. I do not remember why. Oh, crud. Well, next task. I need meat. I need more meat. One that gives 2 constitution. Oh, I got wolves over this way. There's about 3 or 4 wolves over here. They have a little cave. Handy for finding some of these guys for some meat. There we go, there's one. That's the way it's supposed to go. Something that makes it go boom. Let's play. Wish that there was a way. To see where you were going to throw it. Like a little arc. That'd be handy. But we don't have that in real life either. So, whatever. Throwing a grenade is not like throwing a baseball. I know from personal experience. It's kind of a lob. What the hell did I just do? Play with my daggers, my shivs. Oh, is there something in here? Probably is. Might have to dig in here in just a bit. There's got to be something in here. Oh, he juked on me. There we go. But I stung like a bee. Kill all the wolves off already? Kinda seems like it. Might have to go up top and look for some. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. Do we have somebody here still? Did they all leave? I know the scavengers are dead. I killed them. Him and his wolf. Check that out. It's a body with a mushroom sticking out of it. He's got a shield, it looks like, too. Empty. Oh yeah, there's another mine over here, I think. And it's well defended. Some more flint. Just crawling up the cliff. Cave systems are pretty nice too. They did some pretty good work on setting these up. Though it is kind of dark. It's scary. Whoa! I was going to use my shivs, but that didn't work out. Whoa, dude! I think somebody was sniffing my butt. Oh, there's two more. Let me get out of the dark. These guys are just wailing on me. There we go. Took care of that problem. And got some meat. Cool. That's 6 now. Oh, I should eat some of this. In the interim, got myself an ouchie. Gotta wait for that to heal up a little bit. All food slots. No. What does that mean? Bandage time. Lost count of how many of those suckers were wailing on me. Nipping at my heels. And other parts. That wasn't so fun. They weren't nice. Oh. Said earlier that when it gets dark, man, it's dark. gonna kill me. That's what it looks like. I hear somebody else. Those eyes. There's a lot of wolves in here. Just when I think I've killed them all, got another one nipping at my heels. In the middle of bandaging, I hear a snarl. Yep. And there's even more. I can hear you. Where'd you go? Did you get knocked down? Talk about insidious. Cutting a little sucker, isn't he? I could hear him, but I just couldn't find him. Need a night vision spell. Whoa. This leads to nowhere. What the heck, dudes? Oh, this one. Yeah. Okay. So this little cave goes through the shrouded area. This goes up a little bit further. What else was up here? Is it nothing? That's what it looks like. Don't want to fall down there. It does look kind of like lava, doesn't it? Now there is a room where I can get myself up and harvest that. But I don't remember what I was harvesting, but it was necessary for something. But I'm not going to chance going in there trying to get that whatever it is. Might just be some mycelium or some other crap. Could have sworn it was some sort of crystal, though. So where did this lead me out to? Where am I? Oh. Hey, I'm going the right way. There's that. And then what is this one? Ancient shrine. Oh, spire. Yeah. Can't miss the spires. They're huge. Biology teacher. He'd pronounce human as human. I always found it rather interesting. Oh, nice. Well, hello. I needed that spark. So this is a spark. That's what I got to use in order to improve the flame. And I think that's what I was going for metal scraps for. Maybe. Wait a second here. But then, what's this? Let's go this way. Might be able to get another spark. I think I'll have to follow this trail up to be able to get in there. Just trying to scale that is just, ugh, that would not be fun. Yeah, there's a way to get up there. Follow the trail. Whoa! Ooh, nice finishing. But I'm still out of here. I think I'm gonna go cry to my mommy. Somebody tried to steal my lunch money. Man. That hoit a lot. Do another one of these. It's all about tactics. Can I get him? Oh yeah. And he's still standing still, taking it like a champ. Yeah, you're dead. Ooh, those were the weapons they were using. Let me see. Are they any good? 14 damage. One-handed axe. That's still better. Still salvage though. I'll keep one. Oops. Just for grins and giggles. Ooh, nice mention. This is one of the farms. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. I see a wolf. It's not the other one. Backstab damage. Awesome. So when you find these places, you want to go ahead and farm. Tear out some of these here plants and hopefully find the right ones where you can get some seeds. And then you can farm them yourself. As you can see, you get plenty of plant fiber. think what I'll do is dig up some of this dirt. Maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to make some for myself. Oh yeah, look at that. Farm soil. But didn't say that I could make it. Probably have to have a farmer to be able to do that. Ah, well. What is this? Some sort of heater? That's pretty cool. Speed it up. There we go. What do we get? Just some stone. Did I hear that right? Yep, I did. Whoa. Ah, got a corn cob. Nice. I don't know if I had gotten one before or not. Probably did. There it is. I think there's something that once I get the farmer will let me turn that into seeds. Anybody home? Hello? Hello? Oh man. What's this? Nails. There's probably a basement here, and along with it, somebody that doesn't want me to visit. Oh yeah, there's a spitter. Oh my goodness. You're not happy. I do not remember spiders. Holy crap. Okay, ranged. Ha ha. Sucker. Oh, I heard another one. Let me go outside. Dried purpleberry. What does that give me? +1 health regen. +2. Well, that sucks. But whatever. There's gotta be a way downstairs. I'm sure. Sure there's a basement. Could be wrong. Some of these big buildings like this, they love their basements. Hide treasure chests and cool stuff like that. Oh, what's this? That goes up. Oh, that does not sound good. Can you hear that? Skittering. Dusty. Probably have to go around and find a spot where I can grappling hook. So let's do that. Oh. Another one of these guys. Hmm. Aha. Here we go. Knew there'd have to be a way to get up there. Now we gotta fight a spider. At least I think so. Yay! Shoot at him. Oh, they came around. They heard the noise. I was just waiting for me to fall down. Isn't that special? Whoa. So where's my chest? Not even some lore. What's up with that? Okay, what's this over here? Why is there a space right here? Let's see if there's anything here. Space for nothing. built this place. Wasted a lot of space. There's a whole room right there. Just about. Maybe. Maybe not. That is a lot of wasted space. Kind of disappointing. What to do? There had to have been more to this place than that. What to do? Did I miss something up there? Oh, I came down and I forgot about those darn wolves. Gray. Is it misting? Oh, it's raining. We got little ruins over here. Oh, spiders. More spiders. That's gonna pop. Hello. Whoa! Didn't even see you there. I was looking at the other dude. He didn't have a glowy butt. I saw you. Spider gland. What can I make with that? Did I kill him outright? That's what I did. Nope. I didn't mention this before, but you can see which arrows I'm using. While I'm holding down the right mouse button, you can flip between them using the mouse wheel. It's a much bigger one. I wonder if it's gonna... Okay, now that I think all the baddies are gone, let's explore. Nope. Oh, nice. Not that there's anything there, but nice decoration. And some of these places are kind of disappointing. Might actually have to dig or something. That might be the problem. But I really don't want to dig. I do enough of that already. Ah, here we go. Ice bolt, staff charges. Ah, forgot about that. Staff. The magical staff requires charges in order to cast the spells. Unlike the wands, I like the wands better. No. I was aiming off, wasn't I? Where'd you guys go? Gotcha. Fish in a barrel. Wolves over the cliff. Oh. Should be one left. Yep. If I come over here, I can get him. Yeah, there we go. Get him. Hopefully that was all of them. Hopefully. Dang. There we go. More meat. 16, that's pretty good. Oh, there's 10. What do we have here? Oh, chest. And my backpack is actually full. Look at there. I don't think I need a campfire though. Place that just about it. Hey, put it in here. Kind of ironic, using the wolf den to cook some wolf meat. Yummy. Looks kind of like some of the ribs I had earlier today. Mighty tasty. Speaking of which, I probably should go get something to eat. Maybe think about going to bed. Halfway done. I think it's about time to go back. I got my spark, actually. Whoa. Not good. No. No. Nope. That was sucky. I lost viewers because of that. Ah, not really. Trying to hit Alt so I could get my weapons, but I ended up hitting Alt Tab. Screwed me all up. Well, since I'm here, might as well repair. Maybe a bit of a long corpse run. I was trying to put that shrine down so I could just teleport back. But not so much. Ah, well. Ah, responded. I forgot about this up here. Oh, they have a mine shaft. What kind? Oh man. I hope they didn't respawn. Yep, they did. Oof. Not good. I think I'll just go around. Or maybe not. There we go. That's done. I just want to try this. No, I'm not the greatest player, but I just do this to enjoy myself. Oh, almost had it. No. Let's knock that out of the way. Look at that. Whoa. I don't have time for you. And yes, that is what I was from before. Nice. I'm just gonna do a zoom. Ooh, he got me. Oh, those guys. I want to avoid them. Is there a way up? Yep. Reason why I'm avoiding them is because I don't want to get more crap in my inventory. It's already full once I get all of my stuff back. So of course, let's see if I can drop that. Right? Oh yes, I can. Right here. There we go. Let's go get my body. Or at least all my stuff. Wolves all should be dead still. But the dead are walking. Or at least the corrupted dudes. Shoot. That's right, boys. I'm just gonna take you away. Go. You're still after me. That doesn't look good. Oops. No! Another fucking torch run. There's a way out of here. There we go. Alright. Oops. Come on. Popping over here. since I'm right here. If I remember correctly, strengthening the flame. No, it doesn't require. I gotta get 5 shroud. I have uncooked penny buns. I do have some resin. I might have to go get some shroud liquid. There it is. I have 5 in there. That's 6. Cool. Here we go. We'll see what this does for us. This will bring our flame level up to 2. Alter activation capacity from 2 to 4. So, like that one that I just dropped, I'll have 2 more that I can utilize. Shroud passage level is 2. So probably some areas that I was not allowed in, that were red at the time, that would kill me instantly, is that. Character attribute bonus. Looking at our map, it gave me 2 new spots, a story of fire and of course the ancient spire. Is there somewhere else? Oh, here we go. Way out here. Story of rot. Hard. Moderate. Ancient obelisks. I don't remember those, but we'll find out later. I do have to do the ancient spire sometime. I think, though, that in light of everything, I probably should take a break. I've been at this for a while. Oh, grinding stones. Where do I make this? Out here.
Break a leg. Oh, several.
Grinding stone. Where do I make a grinding stone? Where do I even need to make it? Probably do, just don't know where. Huh. I don't know. Well, folks, that's it for me. Signing out.